Gambia isunyure, Gambia isunyure,
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for extending an invite to me. It's an honor and a privilege to be here celebrating 60 years of the independence of the Gambia. I do have, on behalf of the House of Representatives, a citation to present.
I would now invite a violent sensation of Gambian origin that is making her name in Pennsylvania and the chat of Walkerchella, Barki Swami Mendi, to lead us in the national anthem. Now, the national anthem will be followed by the national pledge. The national anthem was written by Virginia Howe and was put into music by her husband, Jeremy Howe, who was an expatriate working at the Ministry of Lands in the Gambia. The tune is derived from a traditional tune, Fode Kaba Dumbia, who actually, alongside Maba Jahuba, fought and died in martyrdom for our freedom. So I ask that we rise as we take our national salute. I ask that we remain standing for the national pledge of the Republic of the Gambia, and I wonder how many people know we do have a national pledge. Today you will hear our national pledge, and our pledge would be read by Patience Louisa Madeline King, who turns 17 years today. Happy birthday!
It is the combination of government and people working together in unison and harmony that still lead us to achieve the progress that we all desire. We must stand together as one people with one goal and move forward as one nation. For if we insist on pursuing our personal goals without keeping our collective objectives and responsibilities in mind, then indeed we shall fall. Let us renew these promises we made to ourselves and to our country at the time of independence as enshrined in our national anthem.
You may be seated. Um, 60 years ago, on a gloomy Thursday morning, we lowered the Union Jack for the last time and hoisted the red, white, blue, and green. And this flag was designed by Paolo Tomasi of 72 Lehman Street. And I know we will have the presentation of the colors and we will go into detail. But as you sit here tonight, you know you are a proud people from a proud nation. And for that reason, I say clap for yourselves. Now, it is my distinct privilege to introduce your president, a man that has given to this community and the greater Gambian community at large in times of happiness and in times of sadness. He has been our comforter-in-chief, our preacher, and our philosopher. And he is given to this community and the Gambian community by extension everything he could, when he could, with what he has. It is therefore a singular honor to present to you the president of the Gambian Organization of Reading, Mr. Charles King. Pastor Charles King, or Reverend Charles King, our diasporan pastor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Honorary Ambassador. I call you Ambassador because I see something down the future. All other protocols duly observed. Our friends and family members, all of the organizations who are here present, we warmly welcome you to this auspicious occasion. We thank you for your time and your energy, as well as the sacrifice you made to be here with us this evening. We appreciate you. The Gambia Organization of Reading is a small group, but we're a pace setter because we started doing things way back in the day before many organizations got really established. And we have seen very tumultuous times, but we've also seen a lot of good times. From this moment going forward, the Gambia Organization of Reading will become much more proactive, will become much more engaging, and will seek opportunities to impact our national, I would say our local territory, as well as this Berks County, And in fact, we will seek to expand our help and our resources as well as our influence beyond the borders of only Pennsylvania. And we will seek to impact the lives of many other people around the country as much as possible. We have a very proactive organization. We have a very proactive executive board. We have people who have dedicated themselves and their lives to making sure that we do things right, and we also plan to make that impact that we seek to bring about. We will be partnering with all other different groups as well as other African organizations within this area.
Now, I want to acknowledge representatives from Morocco. If you are here, please stand up so that we can acknowledge you. And the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Guinea-Conakry, Togo, and the beautiful country of Egypt. I was just in Egypt and I love it. Having said that, with all the countries here present, it is now time to take the salute of the country that we all call home, the land of the free and the home of the brave. So ladies and gentlemen, please rise so we'll take the salute of our second home. aspiring members, I do believe, deep down in my heart, that this country will stay, will ever remain the land of the free and the home of the brave. Now I call on, we also have another citation coming, but before we do so, we call on Miss Njeme Seesaw. Miss Njeme Seesaw.
You move.
She represents the diversity of our country.
Place for me, okay?
Jamie will give us excerpts from the very speech that the Prime Minister delivered when he received the constitutional instruments embodying the Gambia's independence from the Duke of Kent, who was representing Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
Good evening. We are very conscious that the task which lies before us is formidable, and this being so, we are more determined to strive relentlessly to overcome the difficulties and make the task so considerable. In all our aims to foster peace, prosperity, and progress in the Gambia, the cooperation and goodwill of Her Majesty's government in the United Kingdom and other governments in Africa of the Commonwealth are essential. We are a small nation which likes to think that the orderly nature of our people can contribute something to the peace and stability of this continent. With the Gambia's characteristic tolerance, understanding, and friendliness, we intend to align ourselves on the side of the world's peaceful forces, in particular with our friends in Senegal. Your Royal Highness has emphasized that the Commonwealth of Nations, of which the Gambia is now a full member, can contribute greatly to establish world peace. We shall play our part to the best of our ability.
When Sadauda said that in 1965, which the Senator alluded to, that the Gambia was a small nation and may not have a lot to offer, but we can show the world how a different group of people with different ethnic origins, religious backgrounds, and tribes can live together as one nation. And this has been the hallmark of our democracy. And I stand here today proudly to say that the Charter, the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, was ratified in the Gambia, and the Gambia is also the headquarters of the Center for African Human Rights. It is a considerable achievement for a small nation. Now, we have another citation here from the State Representative, the Honorable Johanny Sabada Fritz, will present another citation. Your Excellency, if you may please step forward.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for extending an invite to me. It's an honor and a privilege to be here celebrating 60 years of the independence of the Gambia. I do have, on behalf of the House of Representatives, a citation to present. And it reads as follows. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the House of Representatives, citation. Whereas 2025 marks 60 years of independence for the Republic of the Gambia. And whereas this milestone shows how a nation can be resilient and serve as a testament to the strength and determination of its people. And whereas the Gambia has continually demonstrated a commitment to growth and prosperity, which can be seen both within its borders and in the vibrant Gambian diaspora, including in Berks County. And whereas the rich cultural heritage, entrepreneurial spirit, and dedication to community enrichment enhance the local community and serve as a reminder of the importance of celebrating diversity while working together towards a common future. And whereas the celebration of this momentous anniversary calls for reflection on the shared principles of a dedication to freedom, a pursuit of progress, and an unwavering belief in the power of community. Now therefore be it resolved that the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania celebrates 60 years of independence for the Republic of the Gambia and extends a sincere congratulations to the people of the Gambia, including the diaspora community right here in Berks County. And directs a copy of the citation, sponsored by yours truly, State Representative Johanny Cepeda Freitas, on this very day, February 22nd, 2025, to be transmitted to the Gambia Organization of Ready. I look forward to building our relationship, bonding, and making sure that as a state representative, I will make sure that your voices are also heard in our state government. So thank you so much for making Berks County your home, and let's continue to prosper as a collective. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation of the Republic of the Gambia in Washington, of the extension, Gambians everywhere in the United States. What a great honor tonight to receive this wonderful citation in the name of the Gambia Association of Reading in Pennsylvania. Thank you once again, most sincerely.
In the Gambia on Tuesday, you might have seen me on TV doing the commentary out there in the Gambia. So I just got some facts handed over to me. I would not want to test the veracity, given the fact it was transmitted by the president. This is the first time that your organization has received 2 citations in one day. Now, the moment has come when we present our keynote speaker. He is my colleague. I have the distinct privilege of serving with him in the Gambian Diplomatic Corps, and I can stand here and say he is unrivaled at his craft. He is Lieutenant General retired Yankuba Drame, a man that at the most difficult time in our history took over the Gambian military and left it as a source of inspiration to many. Nole second.
Ade? Good.
He was a diplomat.
How are you? That's good. Good to see you.
Permanent representative at the United Nations in New York, and there too he excelled.
Thank you.
His greatest asset, from my point of vantage, has been his interpersonal relationship grounded on respect, appreciation, and love for those who he dealt with. He has always, in his role as a diplomat, as far as I know, having been on the other end in Washington, D.C., got up for Gambians and their cause in the wee hours of the morning.
Hello.
Hi, hi.
How are you?
Tonight, I am honored and privileged to present to you the charity, the affairs and interim and the
Hello. Hi.
of the Gambia embassy to these United States from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome your Deputy Chief of Mission, retired Lieutenant General Yankuba Drame.
Hello. How are you? Good.
If I may pray the indulgence, I know fully smart. Perhaps once I give the statement, if we can just fully pause and listen to the statement of the very However, if you so choose to continue with the way it is easily right, feel free and continue. But I want to pray the indulgence just for a few minutes, and I want to share with you some few perspectives. The President, the Gambia Organization of Pennsylvania in Pennsylvania, my brother, my distinguished, respected pastor, what is special pride and joy to be here. And I want to recognize the evidence. The state representative, Johanny Savella Friedman, I hope I got it right. Mr. John Gombach, Deputy for the Mayor of Redding. I want to acknowledge the presence in our midst, the Senator who just left, distinguished invited guests, the African solidarity, those of you present here this evening. And I want to acknowledge with immense gratitude my colleague at the embassy, who is the first secretary, Mr. Balkan Joy. And allow me to stand on existing protocols, and I say good evening to all of you. Good evening to all of you. Good evening. I bring you special greetings and goodwill message from His Excellency Ambassador Mohamed Lamimba, the Gambia's ambassador to the United States of America, as we have gathered here this evening to soberly reflect and celebrate the 60th anniversary of our independence as a nation. Allow me to assert that Ambassador Barr was truly honored and truly touched to have received your letter of invitation so that he could attend this very important national event. Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond his control, the ambassador is unable to grace this historic national event with his physical presence. In the light of these circumstances, he has asked me personally to convey his sincere regret and apologies for his inability to grace this important national event with his physical presence. It is against this backdrop that I have the distinct honor and privilege to represent him here this evening, and equally to make the keynote address on his behalf. Mr. President, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, today we come together to celebrate a significant journey in our nation's history. Through perspective, Today's event marks 6 decades of the birth of our nation. It marks the victory of our freedom, and it marks the resilience of our people. The journey to independence, I must emphasize, was marked by unspeakable sacrifices and perseverance by those fine citizens who have championed this worthwhile cause. Today, therefore, as we celebrate Independence Day, we remember the struggle of our past, tirelessly for our freedom, so that we can be the direct masters of our own destiny. It is against this spirit and context that we call ourselves a free nation today. Therefore, as we celebrate this milestone achievement in our nation's history, the ambassador and staff of the Gambia Embassy in Washington, D.C. joins me in extending heartfelt and warmest congratulations and expression of solidarity to everyone present here this evening, and by extension, to all Gambian and world citizens elsewhere in the United States on this historic milestone achievement. Perhaps I should emphasize the 60th anniversary of our independence celebrates the success of a country which has a long tradition of peace, which has a long tradition of tolerance, which has a long tradition of hospitality, which has a long tradition of resilience, and which has a long tradition of fortitude and democracy. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it would be recalled that on February 18th, in 1965, the Union Jack flag was lowered for the last time over the territory of Gambia, ending more than 3 centuries of British colonial rule. When I say Union Jack, I refer to the flag of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. On February 16, 1965, the Union Jack was lowered for the last time over the territory of Gambia, ending more than three centuries of British colonial rule. The event also witnessed the hoisting of a national flag, thus signifying the true essence of freedom, thus signifying the true essence of liberty, thus signifying the true essence of dignity for the country we call our homeland. On that occasion, we Gambians, we solidify our right to part our own part of destiny. On that occasion, I repeat, we solidify our right to chart the path of our own destiny without direct external interference. At independence in '65, Gambians, like all Africans across the continent, we were full of hopes and aspirations. We were full of hopes and aspirations. With a new wave of political awareness, at independence in '65, Gambians, like most Africans across the continent, were full of hopes and aspirations. With a new wave of political awareness, the new wave of political awareness, the new wave of nationalism, and the feeling of freedom that had engulfed the entire African continent. Certainly, there was excitement in the air, but also a certain amount of apprehension. It was clear to all Gambians that the challenges ahead were indeed daunting. This was due to what we inherited from the British. To put it right, we inherited virtually nothing from them. At this junction, distinguished invited guests, allow me to assert, by the time of independence in 1965, the number of professionals and university trained Gambians were relatively very low and indeed unimpressive. Apparently, there were on the ground at the time only 5 medical doctors that are Gambians, 8 lawyers, 2 certified accountants, and few other university graduates. Imagine over 3 centuries they ruled the Gambia. At independence, what we had on the ground basically is 5 medical doctors who were Gambians, 8 lawyers, 2 certified accountants, and few university graduates. We had no university after 3 centuries. To put it simply, we had no institution of higher learning. There were only 4 high schools across the length and breadth of the country, and one was located outside the capital, that was now Banjul. We had only 2 hospitals, one in Banjul and one in Bansa at Independence. We had only 1 hotel in the whole country. We had barely 25 miles of paved road and a clearing in the bush they called an airstrip. There weren't more than 150 telephone lines throughout the length and breadth of the country. And electricity was only available in the capital, that was now Banjul. And of course, meant for exceptional privileged individuals. Life expectancy at the time was 40 years. Adult illiteracy stood at 95%, and the per capita income was below $60. To crown it up, the Gambia at independence in '65 stood at the critical crossroad of untold challenges that had threatened its survival from that inception. The country-based source of income was dependent on peanut cultivation and nothing else. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and Mr. President, given the shocking situations at the time of independence in '65, there was naturally much cynic about the as some choose to refer to it as an improbable nation. There were even moves in some quarters to encourage some form of merger with our immediate neighbor, Senegal. Many people, including Gambian themselves, they were very much apprehensive about the future survival of this tiny nation. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, in spite of this seeming skepticism that had occupied the minds of every Gambian at the time of independence, it is gratifying to note today the Gambia has stood the test of time, aware of its strengths and limitations, as well as its firm determination and perseverance to safeguard its well-cherished identity, to safeguard its well-cherished noble values, and to safeguard its well-cherished tradition that defines us as a vibrant nation. A socio-economic and political advancement made by the Gambia over the years are no doubt a manifestation of the hard work and the endurance of the people of Gambia, who are united in the preservation of their independence. It is heartening to state that we've been able to improve our circumstances. We've been able to strengthen our democracy. We've been able to diversify our economy. We've been able to empower our people through education. We've been able to provide our people with a relative better healthcare and nutrition services. We've been able to significantly expand our physical infrastructure. And we've been able to establish a strong bond of relationship with our neighbors and the world at large. This is manifested in the Gambia's active participation at regional and international arenas. Today, the Gambia is a member of the United Nations. Today, the Gambia is a member of the African Union. Today, the Gambia is a member of the ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States. Today, the Gambia is a member of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. And today, the Gambia is a member of the non-aligned movement, etc. These are regional bodies. Again, we proved them wrong. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and Mr. President. But today is not just about looking back. It's about looking forward. It is about embracing our full potentials as a nation. It's about harnessing our strengths as a nation. It's about forming a brighter future for ourselves, our children, and generations to come. This, in my considered view, would ultimately determine the true essence and meaning of our independence. As we celebrate the 60th anniversary of our nation, let us recommit ourselves to the shared values and traditions that have always defined who we are as a nation. And these are, Gambians by very nature are hospitable. Hospitality is one quality we possess as a country. Gambians are always identified by their level of hospitality. Number two is a peaceful coexistence. We've encouraged and nurtured since our inception that togetherness, that cohesion, that esprit de corps amongst Gambia, irrespective of tribes, irrespective of religion, irrespective of political affiliations. Number three is resilience. Our Gambians can adjust to any given circumstance, perhaps driven by a strong faith in God. What may have sparked a conflict elsewhere in the world, Gambians will always reside in faith, and that is the unique quality we possess as a country. And number four, share bond of affinity. We care for each other. We've come to the aid of others when it is absolutely untenable. We've encouraged and nurtured togetherness. That's a unique quality we possess as a country. The last but not the least is tolerance. Again, what may have caused a conflict elsewhere, Gambians by very nature, we are tolerant people. We accept and embrace issues because we are all individuals with differences. We have our individual strengths and weaknesses, and that is what makes us different. In view of this consideration, Gambians, by our very nature, we are tolerant. Mr. President, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, these are the distinguished qualities that had, over the years, exemplified the Gambia in the sub-region and beyond. Therefore, it behoves all of us, as individuals, as communities, and as a nation, to work in concerted efforts to jealously safeguard those cherished values and traditions that had and continues to make the Gambia a unique country in the sub-region and beyond. Let us draw inspiration from our rich cultural heritage. Let us from our unwavering determination to preserve the peace and tranquility the Gambia is renowned for. Let's work together to build a nation where our diversity is celebrated, where our differences is preached, and where our shared humanity is uplifted and preserved. This, in my considered view, is the best approach moving forward because it serves for collective best interest as a nation. As we mark this significant anniversary, let us rise to the challenge of creating a brighter future where every Gambian will live the dream in peace and harmony with each other. One that is devoid of tribal sentiment, one that is devoid of religious sentiment, and one that is devoid of political sentiment. Let us show the world what it means to be a Gambian. By our very nature as Gambian, we are a very proud people. By our very nature as Gambians, we are a strong people. By our very nature as Gambian, we are tolerant. By our very nature as Gambians, We are a one big family. We encourage intermarriages amongst ourselves. We believe in harmoniously amongst ourselves. It's difficult to distinguish between a Christian and a non-Muslim in Gambia. Gambia, Islam constitutes perhaps 90-something%. But you hardly distinguish who is a Christian and who is a Muslim. That's a unique quality we possess as Gambia. Let me emphasize about the privilege, exceptional privilege, to have traveled extensively in the world. But each time I travel, I want to go back to my Gambia. Gambia is a unique country. You may not know that when you travel outside the shores of this country, what we can embrace, what we can nurture, you can't find it anywhere. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, let us celebrate our ending to our development partners and indeed to friends of Gambians here present. I avail myself of this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude for your body's support and solidarity in our shared aspiration and determination to move the Gambia to the next level of unprecedented socio-economic development. Yes, it is achievable. Yes, we can make it possible if we put country first in all our considerations. Nothing is impossible. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and Mr. President, in concluding, I wish you all happy Independence Day. Let's clap for ourselves. I wish all of you 60th birthday to all of you. May our nations continue to prosper. May our nations continue to be peaceful. May our nation continue to be peaceful. May our nation continue to be secure. May our nation continue to be secure. And may our nations continue to be a beacon of hope and optimism for current and future generations. Equally, I pray for God's guidance and protection in all your endeavors. May the good Lord continue to shower His mercy, His infinite mercy, blessing and compassion on the country we call our homeland and its people. And may peace and tranquility continue to prevail in our beloved country. Why peace and tranquility? Peace and security is a prerequisite for societal cohesion and sustainable national development. No country can achieve its aspirations in the absence of peace and security. There is a symbiotic relationship between peace, security, and sustainable development. You cannot move towards achieving your goals as a country in the absence of peace and security. Allow me to emphasize, peace without security is not sustainable. And security without peace is not durable. Therefore, it behoves all of us as Gambians to work towards the maintenance of peace and security in the country. Why? It serves our collective best interest as a nation. Countries are endowed in terms of natural resources, but in the absence of peace and security, all what we yearn for as a country is seriously retarded, politically. And let me be very clear, conflict provokes and unprovokes. In Israel, there is wanton destruction of life and property. In Israel, there is a deep-felt animosity. Yes, there is a slogan that says, let's forgive and forget. Although you can forgive, but you cannot forget. It's a natural instinct. Each time you set eye on somebody who had inflicted pain on you, it reminds you of the ugly past. As Gambians, today, let's recommit ourselves to the maintenance of peace and security in our country. Finally, allow me to borrow a leaf from our national anthem by way of emphasis and by way of sober reflection. It reads, and I quote, "We pledge our firm allegiance, our promise we renew. Keep us, great God of nations, to the Gambia, ever true," unquote. Mr. President, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, this quote embodies the very essence of a nation's identity. This quote embodies the very essence of our nation's identity. It's a pledge of allegiance. It's a firm promise of unity and solemn prayer for divine guidance. Therefore, as we reflect on these words, let us remember a strong commitment to contribute to the growth of our nation. Let us remember a strong commitment to the stability of the Gambia. Let us remember our strong commitment to the prosperity of the Gambia. In the light of this consideration, may we remain ever true to our nation's values and aspirations. May we remain united in the preservation of the peace and tranquility in the Gambia. Long live the Gambia Association of Writings in Pennsylvania. Long live the Republic of the Gambia. And long live the Republic of the Gambia and the United States relationship. Happy celebration once again. And I thank each and every one of you for your rapt attention, and God bless you all.
One more time, give it up for you. We do have a representative here for the mayor, but before I call him, let me just add that the senator did allude to the Marlborough talks where the Gambia presented herself. In fact, I wouldn't say presented, where the Gambia agitated for its independence. Shadaura Kaira Jawara, Sheriff Sheikh Wasise, Aman Soli Kadi, Sheriff Mustafa Kila, Rachel Palmer, the only woman, Idi Dawud Jai, Air Sanjai, Omar Mbake, JC Fai, Khalil Basinate, I am Gawid and Momodu Kadi Chan. All of them are long gone except one, Momodu Kadi Chan, MC Chan. And I want us to honor him today with 3 cheers. Hip hip hip! Hip hip hip! Hip hip hip! Now I invite Mr. Honorable.
Hi, Tijan. How are you?
I didn't even recognize you.
You didn't know it was me?
Not even it was you.
How are you?
To also present a commendation. So, Mr. President, if we are counting, this makes it number 3, right?
Good evening, everybody. It's an honor to be with you here tonight, representing Mayor Eddie Moran and the city of Reading to celebrate Gambian Independence Day. The Mayor was unable to join, but he sends his warmest and most sincere congratulations and celebrations to you all tonight. He did ask that I share these remarks to you on his behalf. This is a special occasion, a time to reflect on the strength, resilience, and the achievements of the Gambia and its people, both in their homeland and right here in Reading. For nearly 60 years, the Gambia has stood as a proud nation, built on determination and a deep sense of community. That same spirit is alive here tonight. The Gambian community in Reading plays an important role in making the city stronger through your hard work, your traditions, and the values that you pass down to future generations. You bring people together, and that is worth celebrating. The Gambia Organization of Reading has done incredible work in preserving culture and strengthening the bonds between families and friends. You remind us that all independence is not just about history. It is about the future we are building together. And that future looks bright. Tonight we honor that legacy, and it is my privilege to present this commendation from Mayor Eddie Moran, the Gambia. Sincere gratitude and congratulations.
Wait.
So much for everything.
Reading, Pennsylvania.
That's my I don't want no, he left. Where?
Hello. Jonathan. I don't know, Saigo.
From your city, your home, whereas the Gambian Organization of Reading, Pennsylvania is a non-profit organization dedicated to promoting, educating, and celebrating African culture within the city of Reading. And whereas GORPA has played a vital role in fostering cultural exchange, unity, and understanding by preserving and sharing the rich traditions, customs, and values of the Gambia with the broader community. And whereas the Gambian community in the United States has made significant contributions in various fields, including education, healthcare, business, and public service, enriching the social and economic fabric of our nation and our city. And whereas Gambian people have demonstrated resilience, perseverance, and a deep commitment to progress since gaining independence on February 18, 1965, and continue to uphold these principles both in their homeland and in the diaspora. And whereas on the occasion of the Gambia's 60th independence anniversary, we recognize and celebrate the contributions of Gambians in our community, honoring their efforts to promote cultural heritage, diversity, and civic engagement in Reading. Now, therefore, I, Eddie Moran, Mayor of the City of Reading, do present with great honor this commendation of recognition to the Gambian Organization of Reading, Pennsylvania, on behalf of the City of Reading Berks County, Pennsylvania, in witness whereof I have hereto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the city of Reading, Pennsylvania, is 22nd day of February 20. However, given the fact that I am the chairman and it's my niece's birthday, so I'm going to call my niece out here and we'll sing happy birthday to her. I will break protocol with your kind commitment, sir. Patience, if you can step forward. Barki Swami, come on out, baby. Right here. Barki Swami, you have the violin? I want you right out here. You got the violin coming. Members of the high table, particularly our distinguished guests from the House of Representatives, of course, an important organ of government. I know when Baron Montesquieu wrote about the theory of separation of powers in his very acclaimed Spirit of Laws, that if any of the three organs of government are fused together, the life and liberty of the individual is exposed to arbitrary control. Whilst I plead the fifth organ, I say for you that are in positions of authority entrusted with the responsibility of representing your constituents, I do appeal from the bottom of my heart that you stand up for them, and I know you will. Are we ready for that happy birthday toast, baby? After three, you guys know she went to the Gambia, never been to the Gambia, and was taken to the office of the minister to play the national anthem, and she killed it. So let's do a happy birthday here. You not ready yet? You good? I didn't know we had to do that with the violin. Keeping my daytime job. We good? We good? All right, everybody sing with the violin now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. You see, that's what you get when your uncle is the chair. All right. So I think we are set for the cultural parade. You know, at the beginning. All right. Let's juice it up by clapping, ladies and gentlemen. Let's juice it up. traditional Wolof woman. It was beautiful. Tonight, we're going to present another Wolof woman. Anna Baji is the Wolof woman. DJ, let's go. You know, I'm a nigga, we hungry. Subo. Adama. While the capital is called Freetown, the lawyers and the doctors using Colombia. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Jola tribe. All my brothers from Ghana and Nigeria, get in there. This is for all of you. Let's go. Because you know, the Yoruba culture went into Freetown somewhere around 1849 and then went to the Gambia too. So what we're about to play here originated from Yoruba land. So the Hausa is the Okumaram of the Hausa. DJ, are you ready? Are you ready? Sheba! Eba! Let's go, we can go! Yeah, yeah! Sheba! Uh-huh! call her name would be free.
May I have your attention for just May I have your attention, please? The current success of the Gambia Organization of Reading comes on the shoulders of many people from the past. Many people who have worked hard to bring us to where we are. But significantly is one person who came to revive this organization after it had died. And today I want us to recognize the immense leadership and talents as well as the sacrifice of one of us in the person of Mr. Almami Kasam. He said we didn't tell him this was coming. I said, how can we tell him? This next award comes to, you have a word to say? All right, make it short.
Just 1 minute. This award was to my wife. This is Mama Fadi Kasam. Only talking about you, sometimes it's like, what are you gonna go to bed right now? It's just too much. But you know, this is for community, but I also to my wife. Have patience and support. Thank you.
And that's the wife.
This next award goes to somebody who has had a long association with the GORPA, with Gambia Organization of Reading, PA. When we call, he answers. And for today, he should not even have been in America at this time. But when we call him, he changed his flight
part of the
just
program.
to be here with us. Mr. Tijan Masane Sise, our MC.
Please, we want to step forward. Give it up for my favorite niece, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've come to that end of the ceremony proper, and I will do my closing remarks, and then we will salute our country in a traditional song called Gambia and then it will be with, I will start with table 1 to 5 after the song, and then after that the party begins. We have the hunting from Fullerton, I think they're from Forobe, right? Chiwani, okay? Forobe? And we have Fiari, and then we have dancing all night. So put on your dancing shoes. Begin where Papa introduces. Na rope godonai. There we go. So, on a very serious note, it is always a privilege for me to come to Reading. And I do not truly deserve. I come to this city and they take care of me. I have 2 young brothers here that I raised, Joseph Parfin Keita and John Cruz. My cousin, her husband, And I want to thank you all, the Gambian community of Reading, from the very bottom of my heart. I was the first Gambian to bring an ambassador here 20 years ago when I served as a diplomat, and it was a singular honor for me. I thank you for all the courtesies that you accord me when I come here. I love you, and trust me, every time you call, I'll be here for you. My name is Tijan Masane Sise, and I now call on my cousin for the salute in our local language, and then the party begins. Give it up for Mrs. Syria Hajam K. Now,
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to sing one of the local anthems in the local language as well. Gambia isunyure, Gambia isunyure, ligelen mona gorgorule, mune mona hari, nyunde de yuje, jogle nyutaku bolo, lige sunyure, jogle. Jangalen yendawi reumi, nyulige sunyure. Jangalen am taking nango sunyunji. Gorgorule. Jangalen you underdog, lige sunyure. Nango sunyure ina jangalen you lige reumi. Kakalen yendawi reumi.
I want you all to give the organization, because what I witnessed today only in writing. I want everybody to stand up, give this organization a standing ovation. I've never seen anything like this. Have you ever seen a pastor and his wife singing an anthem? I did tonight. All right, I'm going to 5. On the high table first. I almost broke protocol there. So after the high table 1 to 5.
The music can start.
ma bàyyi la suma phone bi mu ngi dee nañ wax ëllëg ok
took an hour to come. I don't think nobody is coming now. Oh, no, wait.
My butt down now. I'm tired. Woo, tired. Are you on this? Famata, how you do? Smile for me, camera. I'm from Sierra Leone. Huh? Uh-huh.
Now